All right, welcome back, guys. And today we are going to go over how you can make a boatload, talking upwards of $800 for phone calls, pay per call for one phone call. And we're getting into it right now. Get your paper, get your pencil, write this stuff down. This is going to be amazing. This is one of the most requested video. I actually did like an overview video here. We're going to go in depth. I'm going to show you how to do it exactly. All right. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about pay-per-call, and this is OfferVault right here. This is where you can get, if you're an affiliate marketer and you're looking for a product, you head over to OfferVault, right? I went over to OfferVault. I typed in addiction right here, and these are all the addiction ones, right? So if you look right here, right, and this one right here, that bad boy's promoting for $8.25 per lead. Right? You didn't hear that wrong, right? So if you're able to get them to call, and mind you, I mean, this is oversimplifying it for the dramatic effect here, but if you're able to get somebody to call and get checked in or get help of some sort, a 2-minute phone call could pay upwards of $825, right? So this is going to take a little bit of time, a lot of work, but it's 100% free. So this ain't going to cost you any money. Technically, you can do this all from your cell phone. It's going to be a little bit harder, but you can do it all from your cell phone. You can do all of this 100% free cell phone. I mean, that ticks off 2 major blocks for me, okay? So how are we going to get traffic, right? So in the previous video, we did YouTube, right? And what I suggested was you do YouTube SEO and you're going to go for the low hanging fruit and you're going to do like addiction help Cleveland, Ohio, addiction help. And you did kind of location, right? We're going to build this YouTube channel out. We're going to do it the right way. We're going to take some time and we're going to put a little bit of effort into this, but I have it all laid out for you. And by the way, you don't have to do addiction. You can do anything that you can think of. Think of things outside the box too. Think of like water damage. Think about plumbers, lawyers, and you can even niche down in that kind of stuff too. Divorce lawyers, how to leaky faucets with plumbers, landscaping. So this has it all. OfferVault has all these pay per call leads, right? As you can see right here, it says pay per call. So pay per call. I love pay per call. There's so much more money in pay per call, and you could set it up where you don't even have to really deal with any of it, right? So as you can see right here, you get a lot of money in here. So how are we going to do this? How are we going to set this up legit? How are we going to make this into an actual business? Now, a little backstory on me. I actually was an alcoholic. I did go to a rehab facility, and I've been sober now for 4 years, right? I'm very passionate about addiction, and that's why I don't particularly do this method, because I personally would rather help somebody out for free and point them in the right direction rather than, use addiction. Now, mind you, that's because my background in it. I could totally see somebody doing some real good work and really making a lot of money off of it, right? So people are sick. They need help, get help off of heroin, alcohol, any kind of drug you could possibly think of. And, you're providing them a service. Let's not forget about that. It's just I was actually in a rehab facility, and I just don't feel in my personal journey in life that I would do this. But I would definitely do lawyers, water damage, blah, blah, blah. So this method with addiction I'm using because that's got a real nice high number right there. I'm not going to lie. I mean, transparency, $825 per lead. Addiction, I'm sure there's higher pay per leads, but this is a real nice broad topic that we can do a lot of damage with, where we can get a lot of content on. Speaking of content, where are we going to get that content from, right? So if you go over to Answer the Public, I typed in addiction help, right? And by the way, Answer the Public is going to do, it pretty much takes the guesswork out of this, right? It's got a list of questions, right? And it's going to do addiction help, and it's going to search Google, it's going to search everything, and it's going to give you a bunch of listings here, right? So here's the basic question, addiction help. And then it's got how, why, when, what, who, where, can, will, are, right? And then all these questions, you guessed it, are going to be YouTube videos. By the way, you don't even have to do YouTube videos. You could do a blog if you wanted to. You could do whatever kind of thing that you wanted to. You can do written, you can do spoken, you could do a podcast, whatever. I choose to do YouTube because that's, what's hot right now. So you got addiction can help, addiction can't acupuncture help addiction, right? So the basis of this is you're going to write YouTube video, or you're going to either write a blog post or do a YouTube video on each one of these, right? And that's 27 questions right there, right? But then it goes into prepositions, comparisons, alphabetical, and related, right? So if you scroll down here, it's got prepositions, right? So you got gaming addiction help for parents, drug addiction help for parents, gambling addiction help. So mind you in this particular offer right here, I believe that this is a drug addiction, and some of them will say specifically drug. So you're really going to want to stay for this method. But you can do videos on all of this stuff. You can have an overall all-encompassing addiction channel, right? So you got addiction help in Ireland, addiction help in Calgary, addiction help in Ontario. And this is for the 4. Addiction help for drugs, addiction help for friends. I can read all of these if you really, really wanted me to. But as you can start to see, just up here alone, you got 2070, you got 97 videos. This whole thing right here, you got alphabetical, you got 443, you got over, 500, 600 videos just from Answer the Public right here. You have an entire channel literally dedicated to it, right? So now you have your content. You're going to research each one of these. You're going to make a 10 to 20 minute video and really go in depth and really feel for the person that's, addicted. We're doing something good here. You're going to get paid well for it, right? So you're going to make your videos, and each one of the videos at the bottom, you're going to have a big number right across the bottom that they can call. They don't need to click anything. They can just call. And you also have in the description, you're going to have a link for them to click, right? So I was actually part of a network. This was Digital Market Media, and this is their campaigns, right? And this is their list for campaigns, right? So as you can see right here, it has a campaign. So you have auto accident inbound calls, and the payout is $200 per qualified call. So, that's a pretty good, people have accidents all the time. So you can do an entire video, segment around that. You go to Answer the Public, you do the same thing. So basically you can do this over and over and over again in different niches, right? So this is your 7-day earnings per click, right? And we're going to hit this little arrow right here, and it's going to tell you the average earnings per 100 calls across all publishers in the last 7 days, right? So right down here, you got drug and alcohol rehab, paid search calls only, right? And you got drug and alcohol rehab 30-second post, right? IVR, and I forget what IVR is. Has something to do with the way how the call is placed or whatever, right? So you're going to get $30 per qualified call, right? Now, mind you, this is a low network, right? So this isn't like that $850 per call, right? But if you look in this column, this is the 7-day earnings per click, right? You follow this over per 100 calls that they get in, you're making on average $350, man. So if you send 100 phone calls to them, you're going to make $350, right? Now, mind you, this wasn't this one right here. This isn't the same pay-per-call company. This is Rehab Marketing Pros, right? That's a different network. What I'm talking about is one that I had actually worked with before. So you definitely have some really good potential here. Now, this is paid search call only, and this is for like if you did paid ads and things like that. So you could do paid ads, and as you can see, people are killing it with paid ads. If you did paid ads right here, but that's not the method that we're working with today, right? So this is actually, I did click on the paid search calls only just by accident, but they're all the same, right? So you have the campaign summary, and every campaign is going to give you the overview of what it is, what category is in the description, and it's going to tell you what you can't do, what you have to do, and it's going to have a list of all the things that you can and can't do. So you can't have it like most of the stuff is you can't have like a content or review site. They don't allow You can't do discounted coupon site, no rewards, no incentives. You can't co-register with people, no software. They don't allow apps or mobile, and no call centers. There's people that literally set up call centers and get people to call, and then when they get to a point where they found somebody, then they transfer the call to the actual network. They don't like that, right? Because you're paying some person in India $2 a day to make 1,000 phone calls, and they get like 3 people to call out of that call center a day, and they make a couple, what is it, $2,500 a day paying those guys. They just don't like it. They don't like call centers. So the next thing is the promo numbers. Now, I was a part of the other campaign before, and I did have promo numbers, and I'm going to just vaguely go into this real quick, right? So what a promo number is a number that they actually give you, right? And it says here, you cannot assign promo numbers until you have applied to the campaign, right? So it's going to give you like 4 or 5 numbers that you can choose one of them for, right? And the same thing with creatives, right? They're going to have some promo stuff that you can use, and if you were to do like paid ads or whatever, right? But the promo numbers are really, really cool. So what we can do with that is there are companies that you can actually get you can rent like a 1-800 number from, right? So let's say for whatever reason, this campaign goes down, right? I can switch to another number or another network and just use my 1-800 number that I already have for all my videos. And if this campaign goes down for whatever reason, I can immediately just switch over to another network, and I can plug in that 1-800 number in this promo section right here, or whatever number I want. And it doesn't have to be, this is ones that they assign from digital market media, but you can provide your own, right? And you can rent that number for like $10 a month. It depends on the volume that you get, but since we're doing drug and alcohol, you're not going to get huge amounts of volumes of calls. So it'd be relatively cheap to rent the 1-800 number, right? So basically what happens is you give them the 1-800 number, and when they call, it automatically goes to one of their salespeople. You don't sell, you don't do anything. You're just getting people to call the number. That's very important to remember. You're just getting them to call the number. You're not providing any sales. You're not providing any information. The only thing that you're doing is you're making videos on addiction help, right? You're going to give them the 1-800 number to get the help that they need. And when they call the number, if they're a qualified person, you're going to get up to $825, right? That's just a quick overview of the entire thing from start to finish, right? Now, to get really, really in-depth on this would take an entire training course. If that's something that you guys are really, really interested in, I would love to do it. Make sure that you do a comment, and make sure you like this video. Let me know that this is something that you want me to continue to go on into. But to do an entire real training, in-depth case study kind of stuff with this, I would really have to start this up again, and I'm on the fence if I really want to do that. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video.